Thank you for coming. I'll give chance to the speaker so I don't take over his role. The Lord be with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the 5th Inaugural Lecturer of Adeleke University, Professor Adegbite Tobalase.
This lecture is not about announcing the creation of a new field of study, nor does it mark the inauguration of a newly promoted professor. It is rather a debt that I hold and I desire to pay back to my darling university. According to Oketunji 2024, Kotin Agaja 2010, professors may fall into one of the following 5 categories. 1. Baby professors ages 0 to 4, young professors ages 5 to 9, adults ages 10 to 14, old professors ages 15 to 19, and senior professors ages 20 and above. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, I fall into the category of baby professors, having been promoted to the rank of professor in October 2022. I am indeed highly privileged.
Wearing my garment of many colors to the place where 3 rows meet was the first inaugural lecture to be delivered by the Department of Language and Literary Studies of Adeleke University, Ede in Osun State.
Today I deliver this inaugural lecture, which I have titled Wearing My Garment of Many Colors to the place where 3 rows meet. This title encapsulates not only my journey as a scholar, but also the vibrant fabric of literature in which diverse germs intertwine to create a rich and motivated narrative landscape. At the heart of this metaphor lies the concept of the garment of many colors, taken from the biblical story of Joseph in Genesis 37 verse 3. In this biblical account of Joseph, his garment of many colors symbolizes his favored status and the complexities of his identity, his dreams, and his trials.
The lecture delivered on Tuesday, the 12th of March 2026 by Professor Adegbite Tobalase was the 2nd by the Faculty of Arts and the 5th in the inaugural lecture series of the Adeleke University, Ede, Osun State.
Today's lecture encapsulates this interplay, reflecting the richness of diverse literary traditions situated at the crossroads of cultural identities. The metaphor of wearing a garment signifies an embrace of the various influences, experiences, and narratives that shape my literary voice. At this intersection, the journey becomes transformative, allowing for exploration and reflection. Just as Joseph, Oedipus, and Odewale navigate trials and revelations, my literary journey mirrors their complexities, celebrating the vibrancy of storytelling that emerges from the convergence of multiple parts. Ultimately, it is at the Orita Meta that the richness of identity is woven together, illustrating how choices, whether shaped by joy or tragedy, define who we become, and indeed who I'll become.
Professor Tobalase is the Dean of the Faculty of Arts at Adeleke University, Ede, Osun State. The title of his inaugural lecture, Wearing My Garment of Many Colors to the Place Where 3 Rows Meet, is a metaphor for his scholarly journey and the vibrant fabric of literature where diverse genres meet to create a rich fusion of narrative landscape.
Literature is indeed a mirror of life and a repository of artistic expressions within society. Literary scholars, critics, and creative writers alike have not stopped using literature as a veritable tool to expose and condemn wrongful deeds perpetrated by bad leaders, political, military, or religious. Tobalase 2016. Aside from the 3 genres, there are also 2 forms, the oral and the spoken. Oral literature, which forms the foundation of all literary expressions, predates the written form. It is the totality of artistic experiences rendered and transmitted by the word of mouth from generation to generation. According to Tobalase 2017 and 2024a, whether spoken or written, literature may also be presented through performance. In fact, all forms of orature are performative in nature. These forms are simply media for executing literary works, constituting distinct roles in their own right. Each role offers insights and experiences, shaping our understanding of human emotions, societal constructs, and cultural narratives. While poetry manifests as songs, drama as rituals and ceremonies, Prose is seen in narratives such as folk tales, myths, legends, and fables.
Tobalase identified literary studies as a garment that each scholar wears to interpret their experiences of life through their chosen genres, which could be poetry, drama, prose, or criticism.
The place where three roads meet is a powerful symbol from the Greek tragedy I've spoken about before, using Oedipus Rex and The Gods Are Not to Blame. In this play, this crossroads is the site where Oedipus and Adewale unknowingly fulfill a prophecy, an act that inextricably links their past and present with their future, resulting in a tragic yet clarifying revelation. The tension between human choice and destiny at the crossroads provides a crucial metaphor for framing this lecture. In this context, my scholarly career can be framed as a series of intellectual choices that in retrospect were destined to lead me to this culminating point. The three roads are not random paths. They are core research areas, and the meeting represents the point of intellectual synthesis. The first road is poetry, often defined by its use of rhythmic and metaphoric language, allowing for profound emotional expression and exploration of complex ideas. Unlike prose, poetry distills language into its most potent form, employing techniques such as meter, rhyme, and imagery to evoke feelings and to provoke thoughts. It provides a space for introspection and reflection, capturing fleeting moments and deep emotions that often transcend the limitations of everyday language. Tobalase 2011a.
He gave a list of some of his literary works.
The works of poets like Gabriel Okara, Wole Soyinka, Niyo Shundari exemplify how poetry serves as a powerful tool for advocacy and resistance, just like my absidian poem below, titled Impoverishment, advocates for a better society. Aching bellies and body frames, battered by unpassable realms, children crying, hunger tames, destitute, their fate is sealed, empty pockets, no means revealed, families struggling day by day, gloom and sorrow, poverty's way, hopelessness, a constant friend, inadequate means their bitter end, jobs are scarce, employment a dream, kids out of school, no money it seems, Nigeria is poor, a forgotten mass, only crumbs, a meager repast, pangs of hunger, their daily lot, quiet desperation, their only thought, ravaged by poverty, their spirits low, sorrow, their only constant show, tears, their language, words, a waste, uncertain future, their only fate, voices unheard, their plight ignored, wealth few, their rights abhorred, through xenophobic policies, their pains increased, zeal for a better life, their only creed, a new dawn, their only need, better days they hope to see, change they hope, but yet to be. Tobalase 2025. This road represents the lyrical and the emotive aspect of literature. It distills human experiences into its essence, using rhythm, imagery, and metaphor to convey complex human experiences. It allows for personal and communal forms of expression. All of these qualities are evident in this poem and several others that I have written. In Ladakh 2015, Married Voices, I published 6 of my earlier career poems titled The Search, Life, No Be God, A Personal Matter, World of Words, and My Son. In these poems, I present a rich exploration of love, of life, of faith, and personal reflections. Each piece embodies distinct thematic concerns while maintaining a coherent voice that resonates with emotional depth and introspection. The next road that emerges from poetry is drama. This second road leads us into the realm of performance and theatrical expressions. The love for this genre inspired the publication of my first book titled Drama, The Basics. Drama allows the audience to confront uncomfortable truths, encouraging reflection and dialogue on pressing societal issues. My love for drama has led me into directing and collaborating with other directors to stage several plays at our university, Adeleke University. The intersection of drama and film studies is also quite significant, as many plays have been adapted into films, expanding their reach and their impact. This relationship allows for the evaluation of narratives and characters, providing new interpretations that resonate with contemporary audiences. As part of my research and contributions to theater and film studies, I was appointed a member of the jury for the African Film Festival Manitoba, Canada, 2024, and was equally invited Thank you. To the maiden edition of the African International Films Festival, Saskatchewan, Canada, 2025, both as a member of jury as well as to deliver the inaugural keynote lecture. The third road of interest, unlike poetry, it is characterized by a straightforward structure and narrative style, focusing on storytelling and character development. Tobalase 2017. Prose offers a canvas for complex narratives that explore the human experience in depth. It allows authors to create rich, immersive worlds and develop multifaceted characters. Prose encompasses a wide range of written works, including novels, short stories, essays, and memoirs. The interplay between these three, poetry, drama, and prose, creates a dynamic literary landscape. Each genre contributes to a richer understanding of human experience, offering unique perspectives and avenue for exploration.
Unlike the biblical Joseph, who had his garment of many colors given to him by his father, Tobalase wove his garment by himself. He started in the University of Lagos during his undergraduate days in the Department of English when he was introduced to critical textual analysis by Professor E.A. Erubetine. Around the same time, another scholar in the department, Professor Akachi Ezigbo, had just published a collection of stories titled Echoes in the Mind. Of a particular interest to Tobalase in the collection was one of Ezigbo's stories titled The Missing Hammerhead.
Another insightful paper, Representation of Women in Third Generation Nigerian Writings, a study of Adichie's Americana and Shonen's Secret Lives of Adegbite again. Tobalase 2025C engaged with the intricate portrayal of women in contemporary Nigerian literature. By focusing on these two texts, I offer a critical lens through which one understands how cultural context shape women's identities and agency. This analysis reflects broader societal discussions about gender, about race and identity in Nigeria and in the diaspora. Through this work, I emphasize that both narratives reveal the unique struggle of women seeking agency in a system that often marginalizes them, thereby providing a critical commentary on the intersection of gender and tradition. My analysis underscores that both novels illustrate the unique voices and struggles of women, showcasing the importance of literature as a platform for expressing female experiences.
Professor Tobalase's garment later added the color of masculinity as a result of an experience with his doctoral research supervisor.
Because my doctoral supervisor rejected my proposed focus on studying women, he challenged me to rather focus on men, as he believed several studies have concentrated on women more. I took up this challenge and undertook wide research on the study and portrayal of men in African literature. While conducting this research, I stumbled on masculinity studies. This discovery led to my first male-focused paper titled The Socio-Psychological and Cultural Aspects of the Male in Festus Iyayi's Violence, Tobalase 2013. In this study, I explored the complex representation of masculinity in the text by examining how social, psychological, and cultural factors shape male identities and behaviors within the context of Nigerian society. The research highlights the interplay between tradition and modernity, which influences male characters' actions and responses to societal pressure, including economic hardship and political unrest. I argue that Festus Iyayi portrays men as products of their environment, grappling with issues of power, of violence, and of identity. In order to build on this new love and to compare the reflection of various authors in the field, I titled my doctoral thesis, Masculinity in Selected Works of 6 Nigerian Novelists. I selected the works by authors drawn from the different geopolitical zones of Nigeria and ensured equal representation of both the male and female authors. The idea was to reveal that characters' responses to societal dictates indeed vary, as earlier posited in Tobalase 2011b. The findings of the study affirmed the plurality of masculinity. In fact, the study established that what exists is not a single monolithic masculinity, but multiple masculinities, as Nigerian authors reflect various forms in their works. This study posits that each of these masculinities reflects the sociocultural beliefs of the societies from which these authors emerged.
The thread of oral tradition and indigenous knowledge is a subsection in Wearing My Garment of Many Colors to the place where three rows meet. Here, Tobalase analyzed the Awori burial rites in Lagos State and the Ishagun festival by the Yoruba people of Okela, Orangun in Osun State.
In a paper titled The Dirge as a Literary and Cultural Expression, a study of the Awori people of Lagos State, 2014, I placed in indigenous oral traditions at the center of academic inquiry. Through my analysis of Awori burial rites, I posit that the dirge is not merely a funeral song, but a complex form of poetic and cultural expression that reveals the community's beliefs about life, about death, and about the afterlife. I further argue that these oral compositions serve as a history of the Awori people's historical and cultural knowledge, thereby challenging Eurocentric standards by validating the sophistication of African oral literature. In another field-based study, we, Tobalase and Adeleke University 2016, investigate the intersection of ritual and theatrical performance through the lens of the Ishagun festival celebrated by the Yoruba people of Okela in Osun State. The study reveals that the Ishagun festival embodies numerous elements commonly found in theatrical performances, such as the audience participation, character roles, dialogue, and symbolic actions. The festival functions not merely as a religious observance, but also as a dramatic event that reinforces community bonds and cultural identity. The findings highlight the dynamic nature of rituals, affirming that they serve educational and entertainment purposes similar to those of traditional drama. These studies underscore the vitality of African oral traditions, showing how performances like the Awori burial rites and the Ishagun festival maintain their cultural significance while adapting to changing societal contexts.
His fabric also took on the thread of film analysis and jury functions, where he treated a number of African films.
Film studies became part of my areas of interest as I engaged with literary adaptations and recognized the potential of film studies to contribute to literary scholarship. As part of this research, I published an article titled Nollywood, Lagos, Masculinity and Power Dynamics, a study of Kemi Adetiba's King of Boys, 2024b. I have also reviewed a couple of films for the African Studies Review Journal. The reviews include Room 315, Onikoyi and Tobalase 2024, Ominobu Tobalase 2024C, Eleshioba Tobalase 2025b, and African Mute Tobalase 2026. In my paper on Kemi Adetiba's King of Boys, I investigate how the film reflects and reshapes the themes of masculinity and power within the social cultural context of Lagos. The study provides a valuable insight into gender dynamics in contemporary Nigerian cinema, thereby expanding my discourse on masculinity into film studies. In this research, I challenged established norms regarding gender and power and affirmed the film's encouragement for audiences to re-examine societal expectations, thereby promoting dialogues on gender equality. Furthermore, the study supports the assertion that Nollywood is not just a form of entertainment, but also a crucial medium for social commentary, opening pathways for further exploration of how Nigerian cinema represents and influences societal values.
Recently, Tobalase started to weave new colorful threads that reflect contemporary issues, environmental concerns, learning, family values, and migration.
My exploration of identity, dynamics in Chimamanda Adichie's Americana further enriches understanding of the complexities of migration. By applying transnational migration and post-colonial theories, I revealed how migration reshapes identities, challenging conventional notions of belonging. This research underscores the importance of family values in identity formation, illustrating how these bonds can provide strength amid critical dislocation. Through this work, I contributed to discourse on migrant experiences while emphasizing the necessity for diverse voices in literary scholarship. Across these studies, I advocate for an interdisciplinary approach that merges environmental, socioeconomic, and cultural analysis. By threading together ecology, community, and identity, I aim to foster a nuanced discourse that resonates with contemporary readers and scholars alike. By emphasizing the urgent need for ecological responsibility and social equity, my work contributes to contemporary literary discussions that address global challenges.
Through the metaphor of Joseph's garment of many colors, Professor Adegbite Tobalase presented an account of his journey in literary studies using various literary genres to demonstrate his understanding of the intricacies of human experience.
My narrative of overcoming challenges, much like that of Joseph, resonates with the universal experience of navigating complexities and forging a distinct identity. Through this engagement, I affirm the enduring importance of literature in understanding and addressing the multifaceted dimensions of life, of culture, and of human identity. Collectively, these contributions significantly advance the field of literary studies by fostering a holistic view of literature that encompasses diverse voices, genres, and cultural contexts. Through my current and future work, I hope to constantly enrich academic discourses and facilitate a deeper appreciation of literature's role in reflecting and shaping human experience.
He enumerated some of his contributions to academics.
I've lectured in all aspects of literary studies for over 2 decades. In addition to my general contributions to the training of undergraduate and postgraduate students, I have supervised over 38 undergraduate projects, 7 masters, and 6 PhD students. Currently, I'm supervising 2 masters and 3 PhD students. My research publications. My academic contributions include several publications in the field of literature with particular focus on abilities, African narratives, film studies, and literary theories. I have authored 1 book, edited 8 others, and contributed numerous chapters to scholarly texts alongside numerous articles in peer-reviewed journals. These works aim to enhance understanding of African literature and its global relevance.
Tobalase was a member of external examination committees. He also played editorial advisory roles to the Adeleke University's journal.
I'm currently serve as external examiner for the Department of Languages and Literary Studies, Babcock University in Remo, both in Osun State. I currently serve as an editorial advisor to Fountain University's Journal of Arts and Humanities, FUJA, and also a member of the editorial board, Federal Polytechnic, Ede. These roles ensure that high academic standards are upheld across institutions and reflect my dedication to maintaining the integrity of English and literary studies and research generally.
He has contributed to the curriculum development of professional bodies and made significant input to national development.
My engagement in curriculum development and educational policy for Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria under the Accounting Technical Scheme has been instrumental in shaping the teaching of English and business communication skills in Nigeria. I have also served ICANN as Examination Assessor 2009 to 2014, Assessor for the Annual Accountants Conference Essay Competition 2017 to 2021, Accountant Technician Scheme West Africa Assessor 2015 to 2018, and currently Team Lead Business and Communication Skills Accounting Technical Scheme 2019 to date. As part of my national development endeavors, I volunteer at the Faculty of the Maritime Rights Academy, a non-profit organization dedicated to training budding writers in the art of creative writing, focusing majorly on the blue economy. I serve as the head of the review and editing panel. I equally lead training activities across Rivers, Lagos, and Osun States. Through this project, the Academy has produced 3 collections of short stories for use in Nigerian schools.
His contributions outside academics are myriad.
Beyond the academia, I have been actively involved in community service initiatives promoting literacy and cultural awareness. I have served as a judge at the annual Ede Day Educational Committee debate competition for the past 8 years. Additionally, I have mentored members of the National Association of Students of English and Literary Studies Southwest, West Coast. Presently, I serve as the president of the University of Lagos Class of 98 Alumni Association.
13 years at the Adeleke University, Professor Tobalase has played pivotal roles in the growth and transformation of the institution. The Faculty of Art, under his leadership, has remained one of the leaders in the university with a record of 3 international faculty conferences, 4 annual guest lectures, 5 faculty retreats, and several seminars.
From my earlier career days, I have held one administrative position or another. These positions have contributed significantly to the development of academic policies, enhanced students' engagement, and promoted institutional growth. Since 2017, I have served as the Director of Conversion and Extension Programs, where I have led initiatives aimed at aligning the university's academic offerings with pressing societal needs and national development.
Tobalase's contributions to Adeleke University transcend academics. He was elected the president of the university's Credit and Investment Society in 2021, a position he held until 2025 when he voluntarily opted out.
While at the helm of affairs of the society, I was able to procure 15 acres of land for members, oversaw the operations of the society, which includes a membership of over 1,000 and a net worth exceeding 600 million. At present, I serve as ex-officio.
Between 2016 and 2020, Professor Tobalase was the acting head of the Department of Languages and Literary Studies. In that capacity, he contributed to the curriculum review, staff mentoring, and development initiatives. He successfully secured the re-accreditation of the Department of Languages and Literary Studies and developed its curriculum for postgraduate programs.
Between 2013 and 2016, I served as the coordinator of the General Education Studies Unit. This position provided me with opportunities to influence academic environment and ensure the effective functioning of the unit. This role further strengthened my administrative competence and prepared me for higher leadership responsibilities.
He was a member of different committees such as Ceremonies and Honors, Venue and Platform, Member of Senate, Board of the College of Postgraduate Studies, Sergeant-at-Arms of the Senate, University Publications, Chairman Faculty Guest Lecture Series, University Orator, Sponsor Adeleke University Students Association, and Editor-in-Chief of the Faculty of Arts Journal, Ijinle.
Collectively, these positions have equipped me with the skills required for effective academic leadership and administration, even within the global academic space. My academic journey has been marked by a sustained commitment to teaching, to research, and community service. I remain dedicated to advancing the field of literature and to contributing to the development of future scholars, both locally and globally. I stand before you deeply humbled by the grace of Eledumare in my life, adorned in my garments of many colors.
Professor Tobalase was filled with joy and gratitude to God, men and institutions, all that played a role in the significant milestone he had recorded in his academic journey and the opportunity to be adorned in his garment of many colors.
I begin by expressing my profound gratitude to the Chairman of Council, Adeleke University, Dr. Adeleke, for providing visionary leadership and enabling environment that allows scholars to chart clear academic pathways. I joined this institution as a lecturer too, and today I stand as a professor. I thank God for his enduring contributions to humanity and to the advancement of education on a global scale. I also acknowledge with deep appreciation the Adeleke Matron, Chief Dr. Modupe Adeleke Sani, the Yeluwa of Netherlands, and the Group Managing Director of Adeleke University Ventures, whose unwavering support to the university and to my family in particular cannot be quantified. We appreciate you. I equally extend my appreciation to the Executive Governor of Osun State, His Excellency Senator Ademola Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke, for the privilege of having worked closely with him before his election and training as governor. I shall forever cherish that experience. I look forward to working with you yet again.
Others to whom his gratitude was extended included the Chancellor and members of the University's Council.
Elder Dr. C.A. Guta for his leadership role at the Council of the University, as well as to other council members, Pastor Professor Joseph Ola, Professor Kayode Makinde, Professor Ademola Tayo, Professor Chimezi Onwenu, Professor Esther Ashekun Olarinwoye, Professor Idowu Awayinka, Professor Olu Obafemi, Professor James Atolabi, Mr. Montayo Ikotun, Mr. Eliasu Musa, Chief Olufunke Agagu, and Mr. Adeleke Lawal, the registrar. I also sincerely appreciate the management of Adeleke University under the able leadership of the President Vice Chancellor, Professor Solomon Adayi Ademola. I appreciate you, sir. Sir, your exemplary leadership, mentorship, and confidence in my abilities have been a source of inspiration. I deeply appreciate the trust you repose in me through the various administrative responsibilities assigned to me over the years, such as Dean Faculty of Arts, Director of Conversion and Extension Program, and for privileges of serving twice as standing Vice Chancellor during your official engagement. This opportunity means a lot to me.
Principal officers and others, including students, also earned his appreciation.
The ever-smiling Professor Lubonoa, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Mr. Adeleke Lawal, the Registrar, Dr. Bilikis Akinleye, the Bossa, Professor Oloba Onoha, the Librarian, Pastor Dr. Lubega Efuntade, the Investor Spiritual Leader, and other management staff, including Dr. Bright Muhammadi, Executive Director of Internal Audit, Professor Temitope Oyedeku,
the Dean of the Faculty of Arts of Adeleke University, Ede, Osun State, Professor Adegbite Tobalase, ended his lecture wearing my garment of many colors to the place where three rows meet on a note of poetry.
In the tapestry of life, we weave our dreams. Each thread a story, also it seems. With colors vibrant, bold and bright, we gather together, hearts alight. From the dawn of purpose, I took my stand, wearing my garment, crafted by hand. At the crossroads where three paths entwine, I share my journey, my thoughts, my rhyme. To those who grace this special day, your presence has been a gift in every way. In laughter and wisdom, our spirits soared, echoing the tales of those who have adored. With every word spoken, a bond was formed. In warmth of connection, we were transformed. A celebration of knowledge, a dance of the mind. In the garden of ideas, together we find. As we part ways, let the moment remain. A beacon of hope, a sweet refrain. For life's journey, a winding road. With every encounter, our stories unfold. So here's to the memories, laughter and tears, to friendships that flourish throughout the years. Till we meet again in sun or in rain, in the tapestry of life, we'll weave our refrain.
People of the Fountain.